Start streaming and start recording. Okay. Gonna go ahead and go to the main menu here. Alrighty. Let me just go ahead and. Sorry about that. I'm just checking the audio to make sure everything is working the way it's supposed to be working. Yeah. Loading up Twitch on my phone to make sure that we are live. Right. Go over to my live tab now. Watch. There we go. What up? I'm going over to my live. I'm making sure this is working. I gotta do it. All right. Are we good? I know last time I kind of had a bit of an audio problem where the audio from the. Okay, well that definitely sounds good. Okay, all right. What the? No, no, turn this off. Ah, blah. No, stop it. Ah. I gotta close my Ah. Okay. Technical difficulties have been set aside. Hello, everyone! My name is Catboy Quint, also known as Quint866, and welcome back to Quint Let's Plays Fatal Bullet New Game Plus Part 2. Well, that is, oh my god, that is going to be really hard to say over and over and over again. Yeesh. But okay, we are back. I'm just sending the link to all my friends to make sure, they know I'm streaming, because I usually do stuff on YouTube. So this will be a little less traditional than my normal streams. But don't worry, all shall be good. And with that, I think we are finally ready. Game. Yeah, okay. Let's go! I actually did fiddle around with my VTubing avatar a little bit, so I can actually do a few more new things if I just want to have some jokes or gags. Again, I'm not really trying to be, like, overly professional with my VTubing avatar or anything. I'm just sort of doing it for the fun of it. And again, I'm getting footage for the inevitable review I do of this game. Just because I'm not doing anime reviews like I used to, doesn't mean I won't still do game reviews. Sorry about that. You did finish what I typed, right? Just to make sure. It's a bit sudden. Yeah, I saw. It was, yeah, I won't say it aloud because I know it's personal. Yeah, 2017 at the earliest. Yeah, I saw that. Again, I'm sorry if it was really sudden. I just I wanted to start the stream because for those who were here yesterday, I got a nasty headache at the end of the last stream. So yeah, I gonna be trying to. Yeah. Oh, I still have the White Frontier unlocked. Interesting. I mean, it's New Game Plus, so I guess that makes sense. But whatever. Okay. Subquest. Do I still have? Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. But I'm just gonna accept all the quests. Yeah, you might as well accept all of these, really. I mean, it's more money you get, so, like, why would you not want to take that? Nice. Wait, is Alice in this game? No Alice, no buy. Actually, no, you're right, Kadashiki. Yeah, they have characters. Obviously, you have, the exclusive characters, but yes, there are, characters one. There's also characters who did not appear in Fatal Bullets who are now able to see in their GGO designs. It's actually kind of neat. You get to see characters like I don't think Argo got a GGO design. Yuki, again, from Mother's Rosario, she's in there. Silica is in there. Well, no, she was in GGO. Obviously, there's the games from the other characters. But yeah, there's Alice and Yu-Gi-Oh! It's, yeah, I gotta say, I really appreciate that. My boy Yu-Gi-Oh! Literally my favorite character in all of SAO. Yeah, they actually, again, I know they're, like, only really incorporating to the DLC story, but it is, like, really novel. It is really novel to see these characters who were, like, previously stuck onto one arc, and now we get to see what they would look like if they were in GGO. So that's honestly pretty neat. But anyways, now we can finally begin the, like, actual meat and bones of the game. Because last stream, I was just doing all this stupid tutorial stuff, and that wasn't exactly very fun, now was it? Yeah, I didn't think so. And again, I'm sorry if my big head is blocking some of the text on the left side of the screen there. You're just gonna have to deal with that. I will move it, though, if there's dialogue boxes or whatever in the story, because, yeah, alright. Go... Wait, what? It's telling me to go here. Okay, well, I guess we're going to the Remnant Wasteland, then. Okay. Hopefully, again, I'm really hoping my big, stupid head doesn't block... Did I just call my head big and stupid? Whoops. No, wait, no, that's not right. There we go! Well, I just spoiled 2 of my bits, but whatever. Okay, let's go. Fast travel. Yeah, I know how this works. God, yeah, I'm literally now in the meat and the bones of the game, trying to give me more tutorials. And again, this is New Game Plus, so I'm going to be steamrolling absolutely everything. By the way, I've set up an intro box. Feel free to fill it out later. Oh, okay. Nice. Good to know. And again, because this is New Game Plus, I'm going to be steamrolling absolutely everything. Yeah, I know. No, wait, no, I can't. And first things first, actually, finally game. Yeah, oh my god, we're finally playing the actual freaking game now. Oh my god, it's a freaking miracle. Now, the first thing I usually do whenever I get to a new map is just explore all the areas. Now, obviously, I couldn't do this when I first played the game because there were some enemies that were sort of gatekeeping places you're not really intended to go to. The Wanderer Eater there. I mean, yeah, it's a giant scorpion. His attacks are telegraphed. But, can I... Oof. Yeah, I'm a little bit not used to playing this game on the recording software, because, you know, there's a bit of stream lag, as I'm sure you can imagine. And see, like, enemies are doing, like, no damage to me, because I'm over-leveled as hell. I know, I don't care. I'm doing this for the footage. I'm not trying to flex my awesome gamer skills that I totally have. I don't. A lot of my skill is just the patience I have in grinding, which, by the way, in this game, you're going to be doing a lot of. And even when you know what you're doing, you're still going to be grinding. So just word of fair warning to anyone who wants to get into this game. I hope you like repetitive gameplay loops. And okay, to be fair, there are some games that make really addicting repetitive gameplay loops. I mean, look at the Monster Hunter series. The Monster Hunter series is literally one of the games that prides itself on its addicting and fun gameplay. I mean, it kind of depends on which Monster Hunter you do, because I know some Monster Hunter games are better than others, but again, it's a good example to point to. And while I think the gameplay loop in this game is fairly addicting, there are some things that do feel just a little bit more tedious than they really should. Mainly skill points and unlocking more skills. I mean, yeah, I get it, you need to... like Monster Hunter, yeah. I've been playing Monster Hunter Rise, and oh my god, it is such an improvement from 3 Ultimate. I haven't played a lot of the Monster Hunter games, to be fair. But, like, yeah, it's really nice being able to just move faster. Because the Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, specifically the 3DS version, I haven't played the Wii U version, even though I did have it. Yeah, I had a Wii U. One of the worst decisions of my gaming life, by the way. Oh yeah, also, the Sea Watchtower you'll see over here is actually meant to be only accessible on Extreme Mode. And fun fact, actually, the monster you fight in there is actually a direct callback to something within the anime. Like, it's very brief, the monster that shows up. I think it's called the Concealed Genbu, I think is the name of the thing. I think Sinon was, like, fighting one of these things in, like, episode 2 of Fatal Bullet. And, this thing I use this thing to grind a lot. But I know what you're thinking. Wait, but you need to be in extreme mode in order to even get inside the Sea Watchtower. Well, it turns out it actually is possible. We've limiting for sure. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, look at Mario 3D World until then. Yeah, see, you can't go in the Sea Watchtower unless you're on extreme mode. But it turns out there's actually a secret way to get in without having to be on extreme mode. Now, you still have to be in extreme mode when you get to the thing. So you have to fight the Bloody Butcher, or you can do what I did. You can just beat it, get the fast travel point, go back to the main menu, select extreme mode, and then fast travel inside of the Sea Watchtower. Not only will you fight the concealed Genbu at a level that's actually reasonable, but also it drops really good stuff. It drops like 3 high-quality emeralds, which sell for like 500,000 credits apiece. And because the enemy is so big and just has a very telegraphed attack pattern, this guy became my farming points for a lot of the game. Until I got to the DLC, which you might as well consider the post-game. I explained this in the last stream, but the DLC in this game is sort of weirdly segmented. Like you have you have the DLC 4 and 5, which take place after the main story. That makes sense. But DLC 1 through 3 actually take place before you enter the SBC Flugel, which is like the main objective for a pretty big part of the game. Now, I don't know why it was done this way. I actually would have really appreciated if DLC 1 through 3 were integrated into the main story, because it actually does some things to really help the story. And look, as much as I love this game and as much as I love SAO, I do have my gripes with it. And one of them is the fact that this story really kind of... It's weird to describe. Like, if I were to tell you guys the story overall here, that would take out so much fun of the Let's Play. But I'll say this, I really feel like the DLC should have been reworked into mandatory story missions. Since yes, the DLC is canon to Fatal Bullet. The DLC is 100% canon. So like, and I know this is I know like, that might sound like really contentious. I mean, oh my god, your true ending is locked behind DLC. And for the PS3 players, or whatever console this game first came out on, it absolutely would have been. But because the complete edition that has all the DLC is released on the modern consoles as like the default thing, it's not so bad now. Yeah, like on the PS3 or whatever, when this is first released, I can see people shaking their heads and going, why do I have to pay for DLC to get my true ending? Because the base story is not that great, if I'm being honest. And again, part of it is because it's trying to appeal to SAO while also tying in its own narrative. Like, again, you're playing as a self-insert, whereas, to my knowledge, in the other SAO games, you're playing as Kirito, which, you know, it makes sense. It makes sense. But because you're playing as a self-insert in this game, you would kind of think that, like, this game would be more enjoyable as a self-contained adventure. But unfortunately, like I said in the last stream, it really does rely on being caught up with the series. And I don't just mean up to Phantom Bullet. Like, if you had watched SAO from Aincrad to Phantom Bullet and played this game, which would be fair, by the way, because this game is based on Phantom Bullet, taking place in GGO. However, that's unfortunately not the case. Like, they expect you to be caught up all the way with Alicization. And the bonus stuff, too. Like, you're definitely encouraged to have seen GGO alternative spinoff, the Ordinal Scale movie. Like, I know this is nothing new for SEO, the watch order being wacky, but, yeah, they kind of dropped the ball on this one, because the most enjoyable parts of this story, even though it takes a freaking eternity to get there, relies on knowledge from the SAO animes. So, yeah, if you're wanting to get into SAO stories, don't start here. And then again, that's another troubling thing, because SAO's watch order is already not good. I mean, having to rely on several movies to deliver on things that the anime episode should have done. I'm looking at you, Progressive. I'm actually looking at you. Ordinal Scale is fine. That one tells a completely original story. But fuck me if I were to say that the Progressive movies are just so... Okay, look, I understand them wanting to touch up on Aincrad. I have plenty of gripes with Aincrad, but God, I really wish that the first movie was not half recap. And keep in mind, the SAO Extra Edition is already a recap as is. So, yeah, there's like... The Progressive movies they're not saving the franchise. They are absolutely not. If anything, it's just more of the same. Just giving us answers to questions that we could honestly already piece together anyways. Like, I don't care if it's from Asuna's POV or whatever. The bottom line is that it's still Aincrad, and Aincrad is the arc that I absolutely... It's my least favorite arc. And yes, I'm saying that even when we have other arcs like Fairy Dance and Caliber in the same series, because Fairy Dance, while controversial, at least touches up on fight scenes, having a villain who's actually a villain. And honestly, I do think there are some really cool set pieces in Fairy Dance. And Caliber, while it's short, honestly, the short of yeah, Fairy Dance is just like look. I know Fairy Dance does have some problems. I mean, I'm not saying Fairy Dance is a 10 out of 10 arc. Oh no, it's absolutely not. But compared to Aincrad, which just has this time skippy thing between episodes, I don't know why they did that. Yeah, in comparison, I know, I saw you said in comparison, kind of shaky. In comparison to Aincrad, there's not this time skips between episodes, and that's something that really bugs me. Why is there like literal time skips between episodes? I get it; they couldn't show like all 100 floors because we never get over this first arc. But God, the amount of time and content jumped is so inconsistent. It's not even funny. So yeah, as you can see, I'll definitely be ranting a lot about SAO while playing this SAO game because that's just easier for me. And I mean, it's not like there's a lot to comment on. I'm just doing, the basic, fetch quest for the early game to get the Arphasis parts in order for it to function properly. Yeah, kind of mundane, but whatever. It's early game, so like I'm not expecting the story to spike up or anything. Again, it's only really until the DLC where the story, again, really starts to actually, like, do things that are kind of intriguing. I mean, there are some intriguing things in the main story, namely with Itsuki, but good God, the anime is even weirder since it was nothing but time jumps. Novel 2 doesn't have to be combined with 1. It doesn't work. Yeah, and that's another thing. That's another thing. I know what some people might try and tell me is, like, oh yeah, the source material is better. What? No, the novel, like, you act like weird shit didn't happen in the novels as is. Like, no one's convincing me Aincrad is a good arc or the best arc of SAO because it objectively isn't. It's 14 episodes of setup. And, okay, some of it is good. I do like the Yui two-parter. I also do like the Sachi episode, even if I do think it would have been really nice to spend more time with the Moonlit Black Cats. Like, Sachi's death works, but how about the other Moonlit Black Cats? We didn't really get to spend enough time with them to make their deaths hit harder, so yeah, there's definitely, like, a case to be made that even the better parts of Aincrad still needed brushing up on. And again, that's all the more reason that the other arcs of SAO are just better in my eyes. I mean, I know it might be, like, disappointing because fans are very nostalgic for this arc, but honestly, like, it'd be kind of disappointing if the best part of the story was within, like, the first arc. It shouldn't, the best part of the story shouldn't be the first arc, so yeah, the problem with base Aincrad is it's rushed and a beta for the series. It is, and it also tells the story out of order. In fact, that's actually a problem this game has. It tells the story out of order. I mean, I'm glad that all the story is here to be told, thanks to the DLC being packaged in with the Complete Edition, which is nice, sure, but again, it doesn't change the fact that fundamentally, it's told out of order. Boss wasn't messing around. Bro, I literally curb stomped. Can you be a bit more specific? Ah, yes, the bank. Is my 400,000 credits gonna be in there because New Game Plus? I kind of doubt it. I'm just saying that the anime is not helping others and making them worse somehow. Yeah, it's like they're trying to give more episodes to Aincrad, which, like, okay, I understand they want to brush up on the pacing or whatever, but honestly, not only does adding more episodes or the movies or content just make things, like, again, not only does it give the feeling of, well, where was this before? Like, if you could do it now in the movies, why couldn't you do it in the episodes? Like, we just totally needed episode 4 to be all about Silica when she does nothing. Again, like, not only does it create that, well, where was this before sort of feeling, but also, it fucks with the watch order. You mean to tell me that you want me to watch episodes 1 and 2 of Aincrad, then watch Progressive Movie 1, then watch more episodes of Aincrad, then watch the second Progressive movie? No. That is absolute bullshit. If you want me to jump between movies like this, it's convoluted. Absolutely right, Kadashiki. It is 100% convoluted. And it's all the more reason that this arc is not the best arc of SAO by a long shot. It is the complete opposite. If you think SAO fell off after Aincrad, you're wrong. It's an upward spiral. Aincrad is the weakest part, and it gets better from there. I mean, seriously, do people even watch Alicization? It's got Yu-Gi-Oh! Literal best character in the entire series. Fight me. Anyways, so let's hold on. Let's see if our banking is available. Oh wait, that's right, there's events where you talk with... Okay, you know what? I'm going to actually play these. You know, it's going to be a little tedious, but we'll make the most of it. Oh boy, I just realized I'm going to be going through a lot of text. As if we didn't do enough of that as is in the freaking tutorial. Again, the fact that stream 1 of this was just like 95% tutorial is kind of crazy. And may I remind you, I'm on New Game Plus, meaning I'm steamrolling all of this. So all that gameplay was much quicker because I'm fighting enemies with an SMG that basically one-shots them. Yeah, they really didn't do a very good job animating these cutscenes. It's mostly just characters on a backdrop. I get it. It's like with how much dialogue, they could only do so much. But like, come on. This is a really cool looking game, though. Like, it is actually really cool to see, like, GGO, like, actually fully explorable. And not just, like, the limited backgrounds we saw in the anime. Although those were fairly detailed in the anime's fairness, but just... yeah, even Alicization gets pushed back. Mega weird because it's easy to appreciate the arc for how unique it is. And the fact that Alicization has more content in episodes. Aincrad only has a measly 14 episodes to work with. And okay, look. 14 episodes is, like, plenty of... Look at Phantom Bullets. Phantom Bullets is 14 episodes at well, but it is infinitely better written because they knew what to do with those 14 episodes. Alicization, both projects, the first half and the War of the Underworld, not only knew what to write with those like 40 plus episodes, 20 for each part, but also it's just a way more fun story. Now, the real thing I'm worried about here is that I'm gonna have to be going through multiple of these. God damn it, I am! Before I can even do the freaking banking, I have to go through these texts, which, again, I am not skipping for the sake of the review footage. I want to get as much footage as I can, and who knows, maybe there's some story beat or something I missed, even though I have read all of this on my first playthrough. God, I feel like Aincrad vs. Phantom Bullet is a perfect comparison since they're both 14 episodes. Yes, exactly. They're both 14 episodes. And honestly, you know what? I could even draw a versus between Asuna and Sinon. And look, I like both characters. But I think Sinon just has a better first impression because Asuna, not only does Asuna have I'm gonna get some flack for this, not good first impression. And while she gets better, absolutely, I'm not gonna lie when I say I feel like her bossiness wasn't really, like, it didn't feel justified. Especially when she lashes out at Kirito. Like, yeah, I get it. She's trying to be like this second in command, Knights of Blood Oath. It's basically a big mask to hide how insecure she is. I get that. That sounds really cool. Problem is, again, we don't really get to know enough about Asuna before that to really make it stick. And while when you know afterwards it makes sense, again, it creates the where was this earlier mentality. And that is something I ask myself even during some parts of later SAO. Like, where was this earlier? Sure, most of it does apply to the early series, But yeah, when I think like, oh my god, this is good, where was this earlier? Like, sure, I have that relief that I'm getting good content, but there's also the like, why couldn't I get this earlier? Because it would have made getting there just more fun. Again, I know I'm rambling over like game footage here, but that's because there's not really a lot to comment on. So I might as well talk about SAO as a whole here. And again, it's no secret I'm very passionate about SAO. I genuinely enjoy the series. And I think despite the bad rap it gets, it is a really enjoyable isekai, or I'm sorry, video game series. Apparently SAO isn't technically an isekai, even though it like everyone says it pioneered or innovated. Like, I get it, it's a video game world, not technically another world, but with how they treat it, it might as well be from a functional standpoint. Okay, can I, okay, good. In banking, let's see. Hey, all my money is still there! Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, I mean, I might as well, like, what am I gonna buy? I'm on New Game Plus. You know what? Okay, I'll take out, like... Yeah, that should just... Doesn't hurt to have a little bit of pocket. Right, so now my next main objective. Okay, wait, actually, hold on. Okay, this is another thing I have to criticize. This is actually about the gameplay. Sometimes the game doesn't really tell you where you're supposed to go next. Like, I understand sometimes it's obvious, like, go back to your room or go back to the, you know, the SBC Glocken streets or whatever, but, like, there are times where I feel like the game just sort of, like, gives you, like, no objective, or they don't mark it, even though, like... And again, I know it's pretty obvious most of the time where you're supposed to go, but then there's other times where I'm like, what? Anyways, okay. I'm actually grab some milk or water because my throat's already getting dry. Oh, hello, Basalt Joe. I honestly, I kind of feel like I should... I don't know if I can rename my Arphasis. Because it's really funny. My friend Matt, he actually gave me a good idea for a name I could give him. But, well, okay, we'll see if we can change it in the customization screen later. But anyways. See how outside material doesn't pay off? Yeah. Basalt Joe strikes. Yeah, Basalt Joe sort of like, again, like, he starts out as like a rival of sorts. But again, okay, hold on. Okay, I'm actually gonna rant about Fatal Bullet story bit here. I am really annoyed that this game, for so much of its runtime, doesn't, like, really have a villain. I mean, I understand, like, you know, like, the SBC Flugel quest is, like, a big part of the game, and they're not, like, they don't really need a villain for that. That makes sense. But, like, in terms of, like, when you get to, like, the actual end game, they try and pull, like, this big villain thing, it feels really half-assed. Like, I'm not even joking when I say, like, the base game's ending. Okay, to be fair, the DLC true ending does sort of redeem this misstep. but I am very upset that they thought it was in any way okay to end, like, the base game on the PS3 the way they did, because it just did a character that I really liked so dirty that, like, I genuinely even considered whether or not to play the DLC, because I'm like, how can they redeem such a bad decision that honestly felt like straight up regression for SAO? But anyways, that's enough of me rambling. Let us continue the main story now. And again, the good news is because I'm over leveled, I can just map out everywhere I need to map out, and bada bing, bada boom. I'll also give you guys just some little tidbits here and there when I get to some places, because I do want to describe some of my experience on my regular playthrough I had before this. I kind of regret not recording that, but like, you know, honestly, now that I think about it, I actually don't regret not recording it, because a lot of it would be seeing me grind for days. And I mean literal days. Like, look, even though I know a faster way to grind now, when I was first playing this game, I didn't know what the best way to get EXP, money, or stats was. So there were some times where I'd fight the same enemies in the same location over and over and over because I thought that was one of the best grinding spots, only to realize, oh my god, I'm stupid. There's some, like, memory chip thing or whatever that you can stack EXP buffs, and suddenly you're getting, like, 10,000 EXP per basic enemy kill in the White Frontier. Like, again, I don't know why I was so oblivious to that fact, but whatever. Okay, and also, first, like, I guess, like, real boss fight? Okay, that's another thing. This game does sort of struggle with bosses. Although, to be fair, the base game does somewhat improve upon that before the DLC does. But again, the DLC, like, again, it's so funny how the DLC just feels really, really good. Like, I don't know why they didn't overhaul the DLC as part of the base game. It would have made the game just feel more complete.
話は聞いているわ。アファシスが欲しいならエネミー狩るな。俺様が欲しいのは俺の方はお断りだけどな。そういう率直なところ。ほら、レイちゃん嫌がってるじゃない。無理やりの。これは勧誘じゃねえ。所有マスターの登録なんてクソくらいだ。へえ、なかなかいいこと。俺様と勝負しろ。
I actually got spoken down to because I spammed the chat before. I tend to worry when I say a lot as a result. Hey, don't worry. You're like the only one here, I think. Hold on. Users. Yeah, you seem to be like the only person here, so like I don't think it should be too big of a thing. I don't mind if you're talking a lot in the chat. I mean, it's it's not so different from my YouTube chat where like one person usually chats a lot. Again, I'm not like the most experienced streamer, so whatever. Anyways. I will say though, human boss fights in this game are actually pretty neat because they use similar abilities that you do. But as you'll soon see, because I'm on New Game Plus, I'm absolutely gonna mop the floor before that even becomes an issue. And again, I haven't even really been using a lot of my skills, which I should. Bit of a pro tip, upgrade Human Fortress as soon as you can. It's literally better than, yeah. Human Fortress is literally better than Armor Form because it gives you a defense boost and makes you unstaggerable. Why would you not want that? I mean, yeah, I know it's like only like the level 2 and beyond Human Fortress gives you that defense boost. The base Human Fortress just like makes you unstaggerable. But like, getting from level 1 to level 2 isn't so bad. It can be a little time consuming, but it's not so bad. The exact message was you should combine your messages to the spamming chat lol. Also, no one was there, but the guy in the stream, it was rude. Wait, was this on my stream or was this on like someone else's stream? No, I was on an ex-friend of mine stream. Ah, okay, gotcha. I will say though, like in this game, when you start fighting enemies that actually require strategy, it can be pretty fun. Like you actually have to aim at weak points, or like there might be different enemy types. But yeah, a lot of the early game is like, again, I know I'm not doing a very good job at like portraying that because who's Kuroha? Kuroha is your best friend who signs you up for the game. She's kind of like the a rematch already. Oh my god. Literally a boss fight back to back. That's kind of funny. Yeah, hold up. I'll pull up the menu here. Kuroha is like your best friend. She's the equivalent of Rico. Rico? Wait, you mean from Everybody's Golf? Oh god. Oh, it's been ages since I thought of that. No. Oh, wait, what? Equivalent of Rico. Wait. Okay, now I'm confused. Oh, Mega Man X Dive. Oh yeah, right. There is a character named Rico in X Dive. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, Kuroha is basically your best friend in the real world. Again, this game tries to like narrative. Yeah, gotcha. Kuroha is your best friend. She got you into GGO. She's sort of she's got sort of like it's weird. I wouldn't call her a tsundere per se. She's really competitive. She has an older sister. She like feels like really like inferior to. She plays GGO as kind of her like stress relief. It's kind of funny. Like at first, I didn't really like Kuroha. Again, mainly because they do something in the late game that feels really not that good. But she grew on me as time went on. But again, my favorite characters in this game are Itsuki and a DLC character who I'll get into when we actually reach said DLC. First things first, though. Subquests. Again, yeah, you might as well accept all these quests. Had a very good first impression, won't lie. Like, here's the thing. It's not like, here's the thing. The moment with Kuroha isn't, like, terrible or anything. It just sort of rubbed me the wrong way because, again, it's not the fault of the character. It's sort of the fault of the fact that the base game's ending... Honestly, do I even call it that? Like, because the base game's ending isn't even, like, the actual ending. It's... If anything, it's more like the midpoint of the story. Again, because the DLC is considered canon. Point out if I end up here at the time. Yeah. I'll let you know when you're here. Honestly, it might not be too far off, honestly, because like. Okay, I'll play the freaking game. Well, I think you'll know it when you see it, but we're not really anywhere close to again. And this is like again. May I remind you that the main objective for most of this game is to board the SBC Flugel and reprogram the computer there, which is like Ray's mother. And I know it's like an AI, so like, the machine that created the machine is like the mother. I get that. That's the main objective for most of the game, is this SBC Flugel quest. It does kind of remind me of, It does kind of remind me of Caliber. How the setup is pretty simple. You got to go to the dungeon, never beat Thrimmer, prevent Ragnarok from happening. The SBC Flugel quest feels honestly right at home at something in SAO. Any of the games, GGO, ALO, even SAO itself. Like the setup for the SBC Flugel quest feels like right at home. The problem is, I don't know. I feel like for this being the main objective for a very large chunk of the game, it feels just a little too simplistic. Now, the good news is that it isn't the only big thing you do in this game. But, like, for what the SBC Flugel quest is, for Fatal Bullet, is what Arrancar is for Bleach. Arrancar takes up a majority of Bleach's runtime. I mean, the Arrancar arc is, like, over half of Bleach now that I think about it. So yeah, the SBC Flugel quest is a lot like Arrancar and Bleach. It really is like the main objective for most of the story. Main focus, whatever you want to call it. But it's not the only major thing that happens, nor is it like the end game. Even if the game pretends like what happens afterwards is the end game, because it's not. The DLC says no. And okay, Arrancar is basically most of Bleach, or the bulk credit. Yeah, exactly. That's what the SBC Flugel quest is. Most of the story in Fatal Bullets is dedicated to the process of getting to the SBC Flugel, boarding the SBC Flugel, learning about the SBC Flugel, and finally, obviously, like, the actual like quest within the Flugel itself. And again, trying to get onto this like spaceship, that is a lot like the one that the main hub is built off of, is a really cool idea. But again, because there really isn't like a villain for most of this story, it feels just a little basic. I mean, not that I'm complaining, but again, it's so surprising how the DLC does so much for this story. Like, this could have actually been one of the most mundane and dull SAO stories, but thanks to the DLC giving just that little bit more it needed, I really did come to appreciate it. QTL still solos. No, not Q10 low. No, no. We don't talk about that arc here. No, bad. Bad. I mean, he's not a bad guy. I mean, like, yeah, I get that he's, like, really interested in your Arphasis unit, but, like, to be fair, basically everyone. Quint has a personal connection with Q10 low. No, it's not a personal connection. It's a vendetta. It is a vendetta, bro. I want to, like, look, I love Shield Hero. I really do. But good lord, am I not looking forward to Q10 low. That arc is, like, the anime is gonna have to do some things to really make me give that arc a fair chance. I mean, I'll give it a fair chance anyways, but my standards are not high for it. They're really not that high. And again, like, it's sort of funny how, like, Bazel Joe, they're trying to make him out to be a creep when he's really just a really passionate player. I know that sort of thing isn't going to age very well, but, like, I mean, hey, at least, fighting him and his friendly rivalry, they almost had in the web novel. Go figure, so it's low in any version. And Q10 Low wasn't even in the freaking web novel. I mean, yeah, there are, like, some elements from the arc that were there. Case in point, Sedina, but still. Okay, yeah. And he's dead. Yeah, this is, like, nothing for me. This is nothing. Almost. Yeah, I see almost. They had the ideas, but not the location. Yeah, that is true. That is true. And what's funny is that Q10 Low is a cool idea for a location. I mean, a city out on the water, run by demi-humans. They have the Heavenly Emperor. This is an arc with a really cool setup, but fuck me, it is so boring to read. Was not executed well at all. Yep. Bring more info next time. I wasn't even looking at the dialogue. I just clicked down an A because I was like, eh. I'm on autopilot mode right now because everything's going to be laughably easy. And again, I'm going to be playing this game in chronological order. You can't play the DLC in chronological order when you first... Like, here's the thing. You can start the DLC when you're supposed to play it chronologically. Problem is, the DLC is made with end game stats in mind. So, yeah, you're kind of just forced to play. Gotta eat dinner, gotta go see ya. Okay, have a good one, Kadashiki. Anyways, still hasn't opened up. Yeah. God, there's Camilla, but as a GGO player showing up again. Again, Zealous got. I don't know, like. It's really funny. Like, I can understand they wanted to make, like, her and Kuraha to be, like, the girls of the game. I know SAO has this sort of tradition, like, the girl of the arc sort of thing. But honestly, I don't, like, really care that much about Zeliska. I mean, call me a heartless scumbag or whatever, but, like, I don't know. She just doesn't do enough for me to, like, really feel attached to her. I mean, at least Kuraha. Look, Kuraha might not particularly be great or anything, but at least there's, like, some degree of personality and a sort of mini arc for her. Zeliska, though, I don't know. I really don't know. I give Ray a freaking allowance. I mean, again, I know I'm not on New Game Plus. It's just really funny for me to just comment on stuff like this. Anyway, blah blah. Let's get through the mandatory text. Blah blah blah. Okay.
あんたいつの間にやっぱりセリスカさんって私も名前を聞いたことがあるでも攻略もしないそうそうすっごく強いソロプレイヤーの何度かソロ同士のよしみで助け強いし美人だし優しいしへえ
Strong, pretty, nice all around. So you don't think you're that Kuroha? Jeez, I never knew you thought so lowly of yourself. You know, I probably shouldn't be saying stuff like that. I get it, it's a fictional story. Nothing is going to add up or make sense when we apply real-world logic here, so whatever. Searching for parts. Again, yeah, this is like a pretty mundane early game. 16 carrier research lab. Again, gotta accept the quest. No, not the gadget shop. I've already bought all those. Actually, wait. Hold the mayonnaise for a second here. I am going to check two things. One, I forgot to do this last time I was here. I'm going to check and see if we can customize the name of our Arphasis unit. But I'm also going to check and see if I have the gadgets from, I do. So I still keep the gadgets from the DLC. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I wonder if this means I won't have to replay Kirito mode. Nah, I probably will for the sake of the story and for the footage. But, yeah, anyways. Typing. Allowance. See, you have plenty of money! You have 57 million credits! What do you mean there's something expensive you didn't want to buy? Okay, it's getting really old for me, just cracking jokes that I'm on New Game Plus. I'll try my best to, like, not overdo it, but, like, again, yeah, I can't help it. I'm looking for excuses to blab, because that's what I do. I was born a blabbermouth, I am a blabbermouth. Anyways, okay, hold up. Let's look at the stats here, because I know you have to build affinity for all of these people. You literally, in order to get the, I'm sorry, quotation marks, true ending, which isn't really the ending, because there's the freaking DLC, you have to build up affinity with most of the characters. And I mean most of them. At least the main game characters. You need to get, like, your Arphasis unit, Kuroha, Zeliska, Itsuki. I know they're not unlocked at the moment. You have to get them, Kirito, and Asuna, and Bozal Joe when he joins you later on, to, like, Affinity rank 4, and everyone else only needs to be at level 2. It doesn't sound so bad, and I mean, again, it gives you an excuse to experiment with all their unique movesets. Problem is that, honestly, the game doesn't exactly tell you that's what you have to do. Also, do I still have the memory chips on you? Okay, yeah, I still have the memory chips on them. I gave Sachi an absurd memory chip. Yeah, experience points plus 20.72%, on top of plus another 1. I believe her weapons give more experience points. So yeah, Sachi was one of my people I brought into my crew if I needed to grind. Because yes, EXP-related skills do stack across party members, to my knowledge. So yeah, if I just put EXP point memory chips on all my party members, I will get exponentially more EXP. But that's not really a problem for me now, is it? And oh god, I still have the expanded room. Okay, so yeah, I don't really have to, like, worry about so much of it. The only thing I need to do is just build affinity, do the quests I need to do, make sure I talk with all the people at the right times, and I'll be able to get to the true ending. No, sorry, the not so true ending, because it's not really the ending. Anyways, okay. Yeah, let's make this a little quicker and just go straight there, because baby, I don't have all day. And I probably don't sound like a cat boy with all the rambling I'm doing. I probably sound like a regular 23-year-old, which I am. And if I tried to do a cat boy voice, it would probably come off as cringy and not cute at all. Move the dungeon. Okay, yeah, let's go. Now, the real thing I'm interested in here is there, like, any way for me to, like, again, I know I'm steamrolling everything because I'm on New Game Plus, but is there any, like, exclusive content behind New Game Plus? I wouldn't know, but I wouldn't put it behind the game to maybe have, like, something that's only available on New Game Plus or whatever. Again, I don't know. This game does have and the wikis are, like, really low on knowledge and, like, data. Like, I go to the wiki and, like, they don't even, like, list half of the areas in the game. In fact, I didn't even know the Sea Watchtower, again, one of my go-to grinding spots in the early game, was a thing until I looked up online, not on the wiki, but a game facts board chat. And the wiki, like, again, maybe the wiki did list this, maybe they updated it, but, like, shit, for a game that was, like, out on, like, the previous console generation, you really think there'd be more knowledge on this. I mean, it's no skin off my nose, but, like, then again, it really makes me wonder. Also, there is a really annoying fetch quest in the DLC that requires you to, like, go out of your way to find keys or whatever in, like, previous dungeons in the overworld map. It's not so bad, and actually, you are able to collect them early, which is nice. Even so, I remember getting to the door, and I think it was DLC 3 actually. Yeah, the DLC 3 mission. I'm like, why is this not opening? And that's because I was missing one of the 4 keys, and I was like, I didn't know there was, like, maybe there was 5. I'm like, why was I missing this? Because I swore I had all of them. And it turns out it was hidden in a surprisingly good spot. I mean, it's nice that the game was actually trying to mix itself up, because most of the dungeons are just rush to the end, open a few doors, kill the enemies on the way. So the DLC dungeons at least know how to mix it up, but yikes, they really, wait, again, it's all because they waited until the DLC to start doing things that the main game didn't really provide. And again, happy they did it at all, but why was this not in the game earlier? Even games I like, I can criticize. Oh, damn it, he's blocking his... Again, I know I could just shoot him with, like, my regular thing, but I might as well go for the weak point to make this faster anyways. I'm already steamrolling the game. Like, this is not meant for me to show my epic gamer skills that I totally have. I don't, by the way. I just grinded for a really long time. But whatever. Move to Remnant Wasteland. Okay! And again, I might switch over to Extreme Mode just so I can unlock the Sea Watchtower. And again, you would think the Sea Watchtower would only be accessible on Extreme Mode, but nope, it is possible to get in there on Normal Mode. Although it's a bit of a roundabout way, but I did it because I am a clever little bastard who likes doing cheeky things. Don't quote that. It's my quote. Copyright Quint Co. Ltd. If you're Matt, you would know that joke. But since most of the people watching this, which I imagine is no one because I'm like streaming an obscure game, I am not exactly the most popular guy out there. I've only recently started streaming on Twitch. There's probably no one in this chat room. But that's okay, because I enjoy streaming for funsies, not because of views or money or some shit. I just do it because I enjoy playing games, commentating, and being a doof. I'm a doof, but I'm a lovable doof. Anyways. Now, the real thing that's going to really decide whether or not, again, like, I'm steamrolling so much of the early game, and I might actually change it over to Extreme Mode, because I don't know if Extreme Mode scales with your current level, or if it's, like, if it's set, like, it just sets the enemies, because I think you're meant to do Extreme Mode in New Game Plus. And when I was there, I was like, I think I was like level like 80 or so when I did Extreme Mode. Yeah, I was like level 80 or so. So like I was definitely like, again, I was definitely like I was pretty highly leveled, and enemies were like 120. Those were like the basic enemies, and I'm like, shit. So I went out, I went back to normal, and then some of the DLC. Oh my god, bro! Some of the DLC missions, honestly, I'm going to say something that I'm a little bit ashamed to say, but some of the DLC enemies were so beefy that I straight up just chose to go to easy mode because I did not want to grind, even though I had all the best spots. I had, you know, the memory chips to like really make it easier. It didn't change the fact that I just didn't feel like I was doing enough damage. Like, I could tank the damage. That was no problem. I had plenty of defense. I made sure to build my character in a tanky way. You know, Human Fortress, Armor Form. Not really Armor Form, because Human Fortress is better than Armor Form. You know, I did all that. The problem was I just didn't feel like I was doing enough damage. And that's because my weapon choices were admittedly not great. I was bringing the wrong weapons. I didn't know there were certain perks to using certain types of ammo, like optical weapons working better on some machine-based enemies, whereas regular bullets work better on living things. Like, yeah, I get why that can make sense in my head, but I just been using my SMG I've been using for most of the game, and I constantly upgraded. That thing was carrying me, like, literally, that thing carried me all the way to the final boss. Or, sorry, the not-so-final boss, because this end game of the base game is not actually the end game. I'm going to be saying that a lot, aren't I?
バザルトジョーカー
私も協力するから私たちも気をつけましょうツッコミはしまあまあほらこれでどうだまったく親バカというかアバターコーディネートができるようになったぜこれでもっとかっこよくよかったいいですね記憶の方はどうまだパーツが必要み
まずはアバシスのパーツ
And again, most of this early game is searching for parts for your robot in order to trigger the quest that you're supposed to be triggering throughout most of this game. And the fact that the character that I was most appealed to was one that doesn't really appear for a lot. Again, I don't know why they were so stingy with Itsuki. He's a character I genuinely like, but yeah, we'll get to the thing way later on. Just give me some time here. Beautiful diamond, high quality emerald. Let's see if he actually got anything with his allowance. Oh god, I gotta sit through more cutscenes! Oh no! Whatever.
俺気がついた
それはそうだよレイちゃんみたいなナビ用の NPC にも
俺もいろいろな性格に
いろいろな性格いやいや
そういうわけじゃない
それってつまり
そうだ
でも変えようとあそうだ
言葉
特徴的な言葉遣いを真似れば論より証拠よ
だから俺はよ
Oh boy.
その時言ったわけよ
それでどうしたんだ相手はビビっちまったの
あったぼうよ逃げ去っていきやがったぜ
そいつは面白えや褒めるな俺にかかれ
でもね
Well.
所詮は GGO も遊びの
そうだなただ実際にはそういったシステムアシス
確かにその辺のバランス
Oh, hello, IF4D3I1. Hello. I hope I said your name right. Welcome to GGO. It's Fade. Oh. Oh, I get it now. Okay, it took me a second to piece that together. Okay.
先ほどお会いした冒険者の言葉遣いを
侍言葉
にゃにゃ
Oh my gosh. What's Kuraha wearing? Actually, wait, what is she wearing? I think about it. I don't, there's no way to change the way of, yeah, she wasn't wearing that when I played this in, the regular game. Is this how they signify you're playing New Game Plus? Yeah, that's what I'm playing, by the way, New Game Plus. No, I don't want! Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Maybe this is how they signify you're on New Game Plus, but you don't know. No, I have the DLC. This is the complete edition. That's one of the reasons why I'm playing New Game Plus. So I can play the game in chronological order, because the DLC is, part of the main story, But the thing is, like, here's the thing. DLC packs 1 through 3 are, like, they're meant to take place before you get onto the SBC Flugel. And DLC 4 and 5 are meant to take place after the ending of the base game. Problem is that, you can't, like, play the DLC when you're supposed to in the story. Like, you can't, like, play the DLC at the time it takes place, because the DLC is built with end game stats in mind. So, yeah, you're sort of just forced to play the game story out of order. And I know that's nothing new for Sword Art Online, but, like, I really want to... Oh my god, I gotta talk more before I can go to the freaking bank! You gotta be kidding me! Whatever. Again, I'm doing this on New Game Plus, so I'm steamrolling absolutely everyone. I'm in the Lost Gate. Oh! I know exactly where you are. Let me ask. I'm gonna take a wild guess. You got to the door where you have to go back out, find the 4 or 5 keys or whatever, then go all the way back in. Is that the part where you're at? Because that threw me for a loop when I first played the DLC. Oh, you found the keys already? Okay, so never mind, you're good. So, I'm guessing it's the boss that is troubling you, because the boss is a literal bullet sponge, and I mean that intentionally. I mean, yeah, it literally is a bullet sponge. Literally, I went and over-leveled the mini-boss. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah. God, it's not just the mini-boss. The actual boss, the behemoth at the end of it, fuck that thing. That thing takes 7 years to beat. Is she optional? Oh, God, I know what you're talking about. There's the line subquest, the, like, one humanoid player who moves really freaking fast. It's in the room with all the gauntlet of enemies. I know exactly what you're talking about. You know what? I'm going to be shameless and admit, I turned the game to easy mode because I was not putting up with that shit. Why do they put an enemy, a boss enemy, that is like 100 levels higher than what you're supposed to be when you fight this thing? Yeah, there's an easy mode. You know what? Hold up. I'm going to show you how to do it. So, wait, first things first. Let's just save the game to be safe. Yeah, what I did was, again, this is something I did for the DLC, because I was not putting up with that shit. Yeah, God, you have to grind for fucking eternities to even stand a chance. And the fact that that subquest is entirely optional, but once you accept it, there's no way to undo it. I was like I was around level 108, and that one player that Line told me to face was like 200. So yeah, hold on. Select difficulty. Easy, yeah. Oh, by the way, you can only do this through the main menu, so yeah, go from normal to easy. Some areas in the game are only available on extreme. You know what? Because I'm a huge masochist, let's play the game on freaking extreme and see just how freaking different it is. Oh god, I'm gonna quickly regret this, aren't I? Oh, but first things first, let's talk to our artificers to get more of the stupid arbitrary dialogue out of the way. Oh my god, I forgot just how dialogue heavy this thing is. You can skip it. Yeah, I know I can skip it, but I am intentionally keeping it all in the footage because I am actually going to be doing a review of this game. So I'm going to want the footage for, like, when I talk about the story and all that. And I don't want to miss stuff because, like, again, it's just because I'm going to be doing a review. Because I don't see a lot of in-depth reviews. Like, I'm going to be going really into depth for this game. Like, it might be, like, an hour-plus long review. Because there's a lot to cover. I have an awful lot I want to say about this game. I got the stats for the Giga Setter G. Yeah. So, did you buy anything with your allowance I gave you? Let's see, you got me. Enhanced Material R7. Hey, need something. Or for this menu. Yeah, I'm in New Game Plus. Like 400 bajillion friggin' credits. Allowance 47. Yeah, as you can see, I've been playing this game for a long time. I grinded my socks off. Okay, but first things first, though. I'm gonna go over to this. Wait, do I? Oh my god, I'm gonna regret doing this. Wait, what's his allowance? Oh god, it's like just a little under 50 million credits. Again, I know where to grind money in this game. I know where to grind money. Yeah, a little under 50 million. 47. Like, frick. I kind of spoiled my Arphasis unit. Not sure if that's something I should be proud of. Anyways, that's how much he gets. When you have 400 bajillion freaking credits, 50 million credits is like nothing for him. I swear to God, I'm spoiling my Arphasis unit. God, again, me and my over-leveled ass. Okay, I'm gonna hop on and kill the mini boss. Okay, yeah. Turn the game to easy mode. That's really gonna help you out. Also, this, I don't know if you've done the Sea Watchtower yet. This place is only accessible in extreme mode, but I know a way to cheese it. See, again, you can only move into the Sea Watchtower in extreme mode. That makes sense. But there is a way to do it in normal mode, as I will quickly demonstrate. And this is really helpful because, this thing, fun fact, the Concealed Genbu actually is a monster from the SAO anime. It's, I think it's only seen, like, very briefly during, like, Season 2 or whatever. No, during the Phantom Bullet arc. Yeah, it's level 140. Yowza. And as you can see, I'm doing, like, pitiful damage, because of course I am. And, oh gosh. Yeah, get me out of here. I might as well use my things. I'm still doing pretty good damage, though, even though, I mean, I know I'm over-leveled. Still, yeah. So yeah, this thing normally you can only fight on extreme mode because in order to get into the Sea Watchtower, you have to be on freaking extreme mode. But again, it is possible to fight it the regular way on normal and even easy mode. You just have to get into the Sea Watchtower. I think you also might have to beat him at least once in order for not healing bullet. Oh my god, well, healing field bullet. And that does like half my health, but that means nothing, because... Oh wait, I'm not dual-wielding my shotgun. Oh shit. That's right, I don't have dual-wielding unlocked, because that... I don't think that's something that carries over into New Game Plus. I don't think it is. Yeah, this thing was actually a monster within, the anime. Again, it was brief when it showed up. And it's not so hard. Its attacks are very telegraphed, you know, it's slow, it's lumbering. It's not a very hard boss. You also fight a regular version of this thing called the Yospet, I believe, over the course of the main story, which is kind of neat. Yeah, I kind of do like it that they're actually providing on something that the anime didn't exactly provide. I mean, obviously we saw fights in GTO, but like most of them were against other humanoid players because the Bullet of Bullets tournament was like the main focus of the Phantom Bulletin. But, so we didn't really get to see what, like, going out into the Remnant Wastelands, fighting monsters, and grinding up credits was like. Ow! Again, Human Fortress is really good in this game, because, yowza, being unstaggerable and a defense increase is just, like, why would you not want that? It is that good. And again, you can just sidestep that laser attack. You don't even need to run or dodge roll or whatever. It is that, like, okay, you probably need to hide an AGI stat, but, like, keep in mind, I was grinding this thing in like, the mid-game. Once I figured out you could get in here without needing to be on extreme mode. Again, you still need to unlock extreme mode, and you still need to get here in the first place without dying. But thanks to fast travel, that is literally no problem whatsoever. And it drops really good stuff. It drops like 3 high-quality emeralds, which sell for like 500,000 credits apiece. So you can fight this thing over and over and over and just rack up credits, a boatload of EXP. And I think it also drops some items that are, I believe, needed for upgrading certain late-game weapons. It also may drop Strange Eyeball, an item that also sells for high amounts of credits. And unlike other items, it's not, 16 high-quality emeralds? Oh my god, so it drops even more on Extreme Mode. I guess the drop rate on Extreme Mode is higher. What the shit? Okay, well, damn. So, yeah, apparently this thing does drop more on extreme mode. That is kind of crazy. Okay, well, anyways, hold on. First things first, though. Let's get out of here. Yeah. So yeah, hold on. First things first, I'm gonna get the frick out of here. Then I'm going to show you how you get in here on easy and below, which normally shouldn't be possible because, again, the doors to the Sea Watchtower only open on extreme mode from the outside. But thanks to this little thing called fast travel, and again, you know, it may have been intended. It might have been intended for the player to be able to enter the Sea Watchtower on lower difficulties because, like, you wouldn't be able to get some of the upgrade materials, such as, I believe it's called the Poison Genbu Sack, and the Strange Eyeball doesn't give any, it doesn't give any upgrades, but it can be sold for a lot. Like, there's certain items that can only be grinded from this boss. So, yeah. Okay. Things first, let's return home. Return home. Thank you. Do I level up at all? Probably not. Yeah, I didn't get enough EXP because I'm already, like, I'm at, like, a level, like, 150 something. So, yeah, I'm fairly over-leveled as is. And then we're actually, oh my god, there's another thing I have to talk to. Okay, my first things first, save the game. Am I able to customize the name of my Arphasis unit? I'm very curious if I can do that. Okay, no, so you can't rename it. Fair enough, fair enough. I was hoping I could rename him to one of my OCs on my DeviantArt account. He acts a lot like one of my I have this character named Alba, who's basically my mascot in my DeviantArt story, and I'm like, you know, I could name him Alba, but unfortunately, I kind of missed my chance to do that. But oh well, I'll have his name be the default name or whatever for the sake of the again, just for the sake of yeah, whatever. So okay, let's turn this back to easy mode. Actually, I feel kind of guilty going on easy mode. You know what? Hold on. We'll be fair and we'll put it on. We'll be fair. We're gonna put it on normal mode. Yeah, there we go. Continue. Now here is how you get back into the Sea Watchtower, and I think there's like one other location in the game that's locked behind extreme mode. I think it's in the Forgotten Woods. So if you want to get back into the Sea Watchtower, while not playing on a difficulty you're not normally supposed to, you go to the Sea Watchtower, you fast travel inside of the Sea Watchtower, and God, how long is this loading screen? I thought I could hold that. And there you go. You're suddenly in here. You can fight the boss that you're not intended to fight on earlier difficulties. And he's even a lower level just to be nice. There you go. So have fun grinding this guy like I did. Because, oh my god, I grinded the Concealed Genbu a lot. To be fair, though, he's not the best grinding spot for the whole game, especially in the DLC. Funnily enough, the DLC does have some good grinding spots in it, which is nice, by the way, because I was definitely underprepared for the DLC. Like, some of the DLC bosses were actually not only really well designed, honestly, they were genuinely challenging. Like, I got my ass kicked by the Makai twins, who are, in my opinion, the hardest fight in the whole game, bar none. Even though I think there's like the boss in DLC 4 that's like a spinning robot thing that technically is harder and has more stats and health. I found its attacks more telegraphed and easy to avoid because it's a big monster. The Makai twins are not only a horde encounter, there's two of them, but they're also humanoid, so they move fast. And like other humanoid bosses in this game, they actually are able to use skills that you use. Like, it's actually, like, honestly, like, the DLC of this game is, like, God, I'm so glad the DLC is in this game. Like, why was the DLC not integrated as part of the main story? I don't know why they didn't do that. I probably said it a bajillion times on this stream alone, but if they had overworked the DLC into being, like, part of, like, the main game in the complete edition, this would have really helped soften out some of the rougher edges this game has. Because there's definitely some points of this game that don't exactly work in its favor. But when you take into account all of the, like, I would give Fatal Bullets as a whole, now that I've, like, played the game fully through, I'm on New Game Plus, I know all the DLC, I know the story, I know sort of the good builds and all that, I would give the game a pretty respectable 7 or 7.5 out of 10 score. Which, again, pretty respectable score, but there's definitely parts of this game that might have people score it lower because, like I said, there's definitely a lot of parts of this game that I think really could have been polished. And again, while the DLC definitely does help, why was this not integrated into the base game? Especially the quotation marks ending. Like, God, they really did not know how to end the base game. And while the DLC ending is infinitely better and actually feels like an ending, I still wish that it just wasn't like DLC. And again, this is no problem for the complete edition because that's what's being massively released on modern consoles. Like, the only way to play Fatal Bullet is the complete edition on the newest generation of consoles. But on, like, the PS3 or whatever when this first came out, I can imagine so many people were shaking their heads finding out that your true ending and actually, like, good story moments were locked behind the frickin' DLC. I would have been, and you know what? Even though I had the complete edition, I kind of was still mad. Because, like, this sort of thing should not be, like, it's not rocket science. If you have good stuff that is meant to be integrated into the canon of the main game, have it be integrated into the canon of the main game. It's no amount of ranting I can do will ever do it justice. But whatever. And again, I know I'm sorry if I'm skipping through all this text. It really does not matter to me. I'm just capturing it for footage for my inevitable review where I go into massive, and I mean massive detail. If you think my rambles here are going into massive details and they're long-winded, just you wait until you see that review, because I have a script that will probably make your eyeballs explode. And they made my eyeballs explode, so I can't be the only one. You don't stay up until midnight typing up a script if you don't have,
聞いたぜ。そしてだ。お前は迷わず。しかもその時、上位ランク確定ふざけ。何がリアルな。ひど。俺はお前のマスターとして他のアファイスで。違う。勝手にマスターのこと。お前は何も分かっ。な。分かるぜ。ズルはしないし、それに俺に怒っ。悪いことなんて。おい。アファイスってプレイヤーに。なんだよ AI の接触悪いだろいやそれはそのなんだマスターそれで気がついたらセリスカの言ってたことマスターはずっとクラインとタイプ B 俺とマスターは遠回りしてごめんマスターうんあそうだせっかくいろいろ試したんだからマスターが言ってくれ
Awkward silence after all the ranting. I kind of needed to stop talking because, good lord, my throat is getting dry. Ow! Okay, you know what? Hold on a second. I'm gonna take a really very quick intermission because I need to get something to... My throat is just dry. Alright. Cue the intermission screen! Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to get a drink because my throat was getting really dry from all the rambling I was doing. Oh. Happens to the best of us. Anyways, okay, so yeah, where were we again? I'm sorry, I forgot. Oh yeah, that's right, we're playing a video game. Let's go. I think I just gotta go back to the Glock end and it'll trigger the next main objective or whatever. Alright. I'm also eating a snack as well, so just if you hear me chewing, that's what's going on. I'm so adorable. I'm a cat! I'm a cat! I'm a cat inside of a cardboard box. The cutest thing in all of mankind. No one will ever convince me otherwise. Although my chewing probably isn't all that cute, if I'm honest.
あ、ごめん。この前、ちょっと気になる隠し荒野の片隅にある、ちょっと面白そうだろ。ただ、この価値があったお、でもそう思わせて実はいつもなら一人で行くんだけどさ。目当ての場所はエネミーが多いんだ。PK も少ない場所だし。
Gotta put down my drink.
できれば相棒が欲しいな。
Excuse me, sorry about that.
だよな。クエストの情報によるお宝であれが、こういう時。
Now,
やっぱり戦闘や。
the real thing here about this game that I will admit what really saves it, story aside, is the gameplay. Like, again, a lot like Monster Hunter, or well, okay, I can only speak for Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. This is one of those games that has a really addicting gameplay loop. Like, if you like what's in the base game, and you like upgrading more skills, you know, developing new strategies and all that, then this will be a tinkerfest for you. However, there is most definitely going to be grinding. Like, games that can do these sort of, like, grinding gameplay loops that feel rewarding, the ones I can think of off, like, the top of my head are, like, again, Monster Hunter, Kingdom Hearts is another one. Kingdom Hearts is another game that sort of goes for those, like, trying to make grinding fun sort of deals. I could also maybe say, like, I guess Final Fantasy, but, like, again, it kind of depends on which one. But yeah, this is most definitely one of those games where you're gonna be grinding a good bit. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Well, I'm hoping that this isn't just pointless dialogue right here, because... Oh my god, it's still going! I don't want to just mash through the text. I want to wait a little bit between text boxes. But whatever. Whatever. I don't care. I've already seen this story. I'm on New Game Plus. The only reason I'm not skipping it is, again, for the review. Okay. Okay, so that's all I need to talk to with Kirito for now. Fair enough. Oh yeah, the girl from one of the other SAO games. We'll have to again, more tutorials. Again, more tutorials, even though I'm, like, literally in what should be the meat and bones of the game. Or meat and potatoes, meat and bones. I don't know what the, like, actual proper analogy is, but whatever. Okay, and hold up. Gotta talk with all these, where's the next main objective? Yeah, I'm just, oh my god. More arbitrary talking, because the game needs to pad out runtime. I mean, I know this isn't the only game that does this sort of thing, but the early versions of this game really like to overwhelm you with the dialogue. And again, maybe I shouldn't have skipped some of it, because that would have been sort of contradictory to what the game wants me to do. And some tutorial things I actually did miss on my first playthrough of this game. Okay, embarrassing comment about my first playthrough, since I might as well do that. I think I mentioned this last time, but I did not know the medal trader was a thing. So my skill points were, like, really low, because I didn't know you could buy skill points from the metal trader. So, like, I had gotten, like, Power Form 2 just by manually grinding up skill points. It took freaking forever. I think I only recently got Power Form 2 right when I got to the SBC Flugel in, like, the main story. And I'm like, it can't be this long to grind skills, can it? So, I looked online and I'm like, oh, I'm stupid. You can get SP by using the metal trader that I had no clue was there. Although, to be fair, that game does tell you. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, that's the thing about drinking to clear your throat is it makes you burp, and it's not very convenient to have to stop my usual rambles and burp. Because I drunk water or milk or whatever to clear my throat because it's dry from all the rambling I'm doing. Not a rewarding gameplay, that. Okay, oh my god, more freaking talking, god. It's best that I just do this as early as I can, though, because there's gonna be times in this game, again, it is required to get the quotation marks true ending by building up affinity with certain characters, some to level 4, some just to level 2, but yeah, they really make you do this. And it's not just building affinity, you actually have to watch their support conversations, Fire Emblem terminology for those who don't know. I might as well just call them support conversations, seeing as they functionally are the same thing as supports in Fire Emblem. I mean, I don't think that's too loose of a comparison to make. They're pretty similar. But anyways. Again, I've already, like, read all of this, so I'm just sort of, again, keeping this in here for the review footage in case anyone new decides to... God damn it! There's still more dialogue that I can't skip because I need the freaking footage. And I know there's, like, an event or support viewer or whatever, but, like, I'm still gonna have to go through that to record that anyways, so I might as well just do it now. Like, yeah, in theory, I could just go to the event or support viewer or whatever, watch them all there and record it that way. But that means I'll just be recording for an hour or possibly even more straight, mashing through all this dialogue. So again, I might as well just do it now. And I'm gonna need to do it for these characters anyways for the true ending. So no, doing all the recording later is not an option. Again, I'm sorry if you guys can't read all this that fast. I will say though, I will be uploading this footage to YouTube if you really want to like browse and read all this dialogue that I had to read on my first time. If you want to do that, you do you. But that'll be on my YouTube channel, which is under the same name, Quint and his clones, Quint866. I'm sure you'll see it. I have the same Catboy avatar there. Yeah, okay, anyways, let's get through this. Oh my god, I'm already getting PTSD to the first stream where I was just spending so much time in the freaking tutorial dialogue. It's crazy. Oh my god, there's still more! How can I be a cute, adorable cat boy when I'm yelling at the top of my lungs and going through all this mundane dialogue? I can't be cute this way. And then again, I'm playing an SAO game where you shoot up stuff, so like I can't really be cute in that context either, now can I? And now I'm resorting to making crazy noises just to entertain myself. And like, look, as much as it's fun to see these characters that I've watched the anime for and talk in different ways you wouldn't see there, look, I know there's novelty in that. But again, oh my god, there's still more! Oh, God, they really want you to read all of this in order just to unlock the true ending. So again, you might as well just do it now whenever there's a dialogue box option in the menu in the first place. Also, hello, Itsuki. Character that I actually like, but there's something they do way later on that pissed me off. We won't talk about it, but I'll be building this up for a lot of the streams. Like, basically, anytime I mention how I like Itsuki, it will be followed up by, but they do this one thing with him. And then, like, when we get to that point in the game, I'll be all like, boom, there we go. This is that thing I've been mentioning for, like, so much of these streams. And it all clicked together. I might do, like, a funny moments compilation, might put some edits or whatever, but we'll have to see when we get there. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. More freaking dialogue. Yeah. Okay. You're kidding me, right? I've only been playing this game for, like, not that long. I mean, do I have, like, higher than... I can't have higher than 2 affinity with Kuraha. I would be genuinely surprised. I mean, I know she's been in my party from, like, the get-go. And I have, like, increased affinity gaining on, which, yes, is something you can put in the option menu. You might as well do that. Cut down on the grinding. But, like, what the shit, bro? This is crazy! Oh my god, it's more dialogue! Can I get back to playing the game, please? God. I genuinely forgot how dialogue heavy this game is. And again, some of it is skippable, but some of it is not skippable. You won't know what's skippable. And why does this game have no English voice acting? I get they probably couldn't get, like, all the voice actors to come back for, like, this one game, and there's so much dialogue. I get it, but oof. Really makes me wish there was an English dub for this game. Okay, is there more? Oh! There is so much fucking dialogue, bro. This is crazy. This is actually crazy, the amount of dialogue that's here. God. You really would think there wouldn't be this much dialogue. And this is just for one character. One character, people. One character. Like, who would have thought? Who would have thought all this would be required for the true quotation marks ending, that they don't tell you, they don't warn you you have to do this, you just have to know you have to build, like, rank 4 affinity with some people in rank 2 to get the Arphasis charm that allows you to, like, beat the final boss and not have, like, a character death that's not even that great happen. Like, the game tricks you into thinking you can out-DPS the boss before the scripted death thing. But nope, even if you do have over-leveled stats like I did, nope, you have to have the Arphasis charm. And again, how are you supposed to make that connection? That's something in the gameplay. Hello, Kadashiki, nice to have you back. God, is there more dialogue? Oh my god! When will the dialogue stop? Fuck me, man! And again, I need to go through all this stupid dialogue for the true ending, and they really want you to go through all this. I am... and this is just for one of, like, the 5 or so characters you need to build to Affinity 4. Building characters to Affinity 2, that's not so bad, obviously. But good lord. And the fact that you have to watch these support conversation equivalents. But whatever. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Oh my god. Finally. Wait. There's still a freaking dialogue box. There's still a freaking dialogue box. Whose is it? Is it yours? Oh my god. They're gonna make me come back here. Okay, whatever. We're not. No. Enough freaking support dialogue grinding. Enough of that shit. Okay. Back to. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh my god. Finally.
嫌な感じ？
あっちからだ。行ってみようぜ。
レイちゃんを一人で行かせる。
Ugh, okay.
おめえどうしてくれんだよ。てめえがドジ踏んだせいで狩りは失敗。大赤字なんだ。
ごめん。
なんだよ、俺たち。ムカつくやつだなって。全裸変顔の写真撮ってやるよ。ここで全裸になったら。
うわ、最悪。
こういうのは面白くないよ。
待って。あの手の連中と関わるのは危険よ。まずは
さすがマスター。
あんたはお人よしすぎなの。
クレハ君の言う通りだ。正義。
いつきさ
ん。まあここ。いや君。
俺ですか。
そうだよ。君の友達のいつきさ。
ああ、いつきさんよ。こいつ。
ああ、悪いね。じゃあ。
おい、喧嘩売ってんのか。
ああ、いくらでも買うよ。だけど僕に無駄玉を使わせたりなんかしたら。
あったよ。
ありがとう。それじゃ。
はい。ありがとうございます。
お礼を言われるようなことはしていないよ。数日6。
すみません。駆除ってどうするんですか？
さっきの会話は撮影アイテムで録画済みさ。そういうわけで。
かしこまりました。ありがとな、いつき。
僕が好きでやったことさ。それより君たち時間はあるかい？よかった。
Okay. Oh god. Ah, my throat's getting dry again. I may have to drink another glass to unparch my throat.
おかえりなさい、いつきさん。
お客さんですか、いつきさん。
ありがとう。僕の友達だからもてなし。
Hello, Itsuki.
君の言う通りだよ。
あんたはまだ知らないだろうけど、いつきさんの集団戦なら GGO でもベスト5に入る強さでトップ。
我々のスコードロンにそういったルールはありません。申し遅れました。私はパイソンと申します。
彼はアルファルドの実質的なまとめ役。
ご冗談を。みんないつきさんを慕ってどうせ遊ばれるなら彼らの。
そうなんですか。
クレハさん。
I mean, even though it's like this is dialogue that's like actually like contributing somewhat to later events, it's still dialogue, and after the previous dialogue fiasco, there is. Excuse me, sorry about that.
そうですよ。
なるほどね。この広大で。ちなみに君。
私はもともとゲームが好きで玩芸にも興味があったから。
大した理由はない。退屈を。君はどうなんだい？
私が誘ったから来たんだものね。
君たちはリアルでの知り合いなのか。あ、じゃあ GGO をじゃあ君はもしかすると。いや、どんな答えでもその人が考えたものだ。そうだ、君が答えを出す過程も見てみたいな。これは僕の勘だけど、君はまああくまで勘なんだけど。もちろんクレハ君。
いつきさん、初心者のスコードロン入りという
高レベルプレイヤーしか加入できないなんて。
どうすんだマスター。
了解。無理強いをする気はなら決まりだ。そうと決まればさす。
待ってください。いつきさんが初心。
それをうまくまとめるのがパイソン君のよ
ろしくな、いつき。
外に出るときは絶対に声。
Okay. I forgot we're playing a video game. Yeah. So much dialogue. Okay, so wait, hold up. Yeah, now we have Itsuki in our friend list. Oh my god, they're gonna. Are they gonna make me read all this? I don't want to read all of this. Okay, hold on. Let's see. How much affinity do you have? Okay, I already have rank 4 with Kurha. Okay, yeah, so the good news is getting affinity ranks up when you have the certain option clicked in the menu. That's not so bad. Yeah, I don't even think you have to max out to level 5 just to get to level 4. But it doesn't hurt to be safe rather than sorry. Also, I got like 16 freaking high quality emeralds. So you know what? Let's go ahead and sell those because we're not going to be using high quality emeralds for anything. Let's find where is the high quality emeralds. Oh yeah, you know I should just sort it by height. Go down to my big head's blocking the way. Yeah, yeah. On freaking extreme mode, you can get like 16 of these per fight that can kill Genbu, and look at that. 11 million. Okay, to be fair, some of the interest is put into the bank automatically. Yeah, 11 million freaking credits. And what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna put it back in the freaking bank. Banking. Check balance, deposit. I'll deposit like most of it, honestly. And I'll give Arphasis unit another million because I like as well. Allowance. Yeah, you can take 2 mil. I'll keep the rest of it. I'll get it all back anyways from all the grinding I'm gonna do. And then from there we can head back out and continue playing the game. Oh joy. This is gonna be fun. I don't know. I kind of getting a little rusty in my memory of the early game. Because the early game has not been quite what I remember. I remember the early game not being so bad. But honestly, I'm kind of remembering just how tedious this early game is. Oh, hi, Spiegel. For those who know, they know.
個人情報を漏らすのはまずい。私はそんなんじゃない。
The games can be worse with hindsight. Yeah, you know what? Good point.
最近できた友達よ。はじめまして。僕のアバター名はシュピ。まさか GGO で会うとは思わず。シノンをびっくりさせたく。それに僕は分かっていたから。むしろ意外だったのは銃のことだよ。VR 空その話はやめて。ああ、ごめんごめん。じゃあ、僕はごめんね。話の邪魔をするつもりはなかったんだけど。いいの。彼は長い付き合いとか。そうなんだ。話の感じから私たちみたいな違うわ。
Making sure all my streaming stuff is working. Sorry, I know my eyeballs are darting around a little bit. I'm just checking my screen to make sure nothing is bugging out.
でもそれだけよ。彼は実はその時は今は彼も反省。そうだ、いいわね。賛成。
Righty over here. I gotta talk to Zeliska now. Great, I have to talk to Camilla, but as a GGO player.
まあまあってとこだな。確かに特別あんまりのんびりしてるとレイちゃんも早くすべての自分のマスターにこれアバシスのパーツは残影のフィールドの解放条件はでもフィールさっきも言ったけど運だけで勝てひとまずはそれじゃあねレイちゃん。
Okay, so now we get to clear this map and we go to the next one. So yeah, that's sort of like how the early game is. I think I now know like how to divide this game like story-wise. The early game is gathering your Arphasis' parts. Arphasis, that's gonna be a tongue twister to say over again. The early game is gathering your Arphasis units parts. The SBC Flugel is like the next major thing. Then you have the Death Gun incident. Death Gun comes so late into this game. It's actually kind of crazy. Like, it is actually kind of crazy how, despite this game is based off of Phantom Bullet, you know, the arc where Death Gun is the villain. Death Gun is... They really watered down Death Gun in this game. And I know why they did it. It kind of makes sense why they kind of had to do it, because the games have their own, you know, sort of timeline. And I was kind of let down that one of my favorite villains of the anime just kind of got sidelined. Yeah, so Death Gun, God, I know why. I understand why they sort of simplified Death Gun in this game, but whatever. And then after that, actually, wait, now that I think about it, God, it's actually funny. I have to say in chronological order, because DLC 1 through 3 takes place before, like, the actual SBC Flugel quest. So, in reality, the order of events in the games are the big quest to gather parts for your Arphasis units, the Imposters quest, where you meet, like, other Arphasis units, then the SBC Flugel, then the Death Gun incident, then you have the big snow quest on the White Frontiers, and then finally the, like, Abyssal Dungeon. So, like, yeah, this game definitely has segments, but because it's told out of order, again, it can be just a little bit baffling.
本当よね。もう今はただねえ私があんたを
Oh yeah, okay, to be fair, this game actually does have some pretty nice still images like these. Most of the time, they're just fan service. I know, most of the time they are, but you know what? I'll give credit to the game for at least, you know, going that extra mile. Oh god, there's more friggin' dialogue! Really? Oh wait, no, wait, this is optional. Sorry, I'm a sucker for this. No, it's fine. Nice, yeah, we might as well. Of course, you always are. Sure, why not just butter them up? And again, still frames like these are mostly just fan service. But again, I'll give credit. At least they put effort in, unlike the, like, actual cutscenes where they're, like, not really animated. And hey, you know, they do sort of, like, draw the characters in the art style that the anime would have been. So, you know what? Fair enough. I understand why they did it. I like characters that are endearing and laugh. I mean, hey, I just like characters that are endearing. I mean, I can be endeared to villains, and, I mean, not necessarily that some villains don't make me laugh. There are some that do. But, oh, God, there's so much dialogue. Frick me, man. Oh my god, there's so much dialogue. And again, this is all mandatory to get the true quotation marks, and oh boy. Okay, so I think we'll get to the solitary stands. Solitary sands. I think it's solitary stands, like a doofus. But yeah, okay, hold on. Well, okay, we'll get to the solitary sands, and then I think I'll call this stream for now, just because it's getting a little long. I'm gonna try and keep my streams between like 1 hour and 2 hour intervals, just to make this easier to segment. Oh, yeah. Again, they really love using these still frames. And again, I admire the effort, but yeah, I can definitely tell. Okay, good. There's no more yellow text boxes. Finally! Oh my god! Wait, is there... Wait. Hold on. We're double checking, making sure there's no more random dialogue. Thank god! Okay. We can finally get to the second major map. The good news is, the Solitary Sands is where it starts picking up. Enemies get harder. Well, if you're not playing a New Game Plus like me, you know, you can actually experiment around with weapons. You know, you start to kind of know the characters more, you know, when you, like, now that you kind of know what they're like. So yeah, the Solitary Sands is where it starts to pick up a little bit. You know, there's more, again, there's more things to do. You got more enemies you can grind, more quests there. Again, the Solitary Sands is where it starts to pick up, in my eyes. And yeah, I'm fine with the still frames too. It's just because I know SAO has a track record for being fan servicey, and yeah, the still frames are definitely a more direct example of fan service. Now, I have absolutely no problems with fan service so long as it's earned. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter what anime you're watching. There will most definitely be fan service in some form. I've just come to accept that in my 15 years. Yeah, and again, it's not even that bad in this case. I mean, SAO's fan base, not fan base, SAO's fan service is like nothing on like, what's another example of a series that has just such shameless fan service? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna come out and say it. I honestly think ReZero's fan service is a little more. Okay, so SAO does have like more examples of fan service, but ReZero's fan service just contradicts so much of the tone. ReZero's trying to be this big, psychological, series, with dark elements. You got a protagonist who's suffering death in multiple loops, and like it just makes those fan servicey moments feel like really fan service. Rem. I don't think I need to say anything more than Rem because she's literally the character that the anime itself fan services. Like, God, like, look, I get it. People really have the hots for Rem. I don't. I just like having more to my characters than just being a blue-haired demon-maid waifu that, yes, makes a very moving speech, but that's one scene, people. That is one scene. I mean, she dominates screen time doesn't really mean fan service. Okay, well, it's not just... Okay, well, maybe... I don't want to pull up any examples because I know I'm already treading on thin ice here. Because if I know I said this in front of the freaking ReZero fanbase, they'd call me a heretic or some shit. Because apparently it's like... God, like, yeah, again, I don't know why the ReZero fanbase is, like, having this big waifu war. When, yes, I know, Rem was voted, like, best anime girl of 2019 or whatever, but like, guys, come on, it's like it's been years since 2019. There's characters who have been better written before. It's just, and again, it's not just the fan service. It's not the fan service that I don't like. I'm not that superficial. I just think that, especially compared to Amelia, like compare Amelia's backstory to Rem's backstory, and it's not even a fucking contest. Rem's backstory lasts like the first portion of a single episode, and like, yes, it does set up the witch cultist, it sets up Betelgeuse decently enough, but it's over as quickly as it's shown. Meanwhile, Amelia's backstory lasts multiple episodes. It honestly, seeing Betelgeuse was just a normal guy before was kind of surprising. Regulus, God, it sets up Regulus as a villain super well, as if early season 2 didn't do that enough as is. And it's just a more emotional flashback. Like, why is it that, like, Rem is more favored when Amelia is not only one, the main female character. I know she got off-screen a lot in season 1, but, like, again, I feel like it's sort of... It's a writing decision that I can't wrap my head around. I get it, it's meant to be a deconstruction. It's not meant to be, like, 100% traditional. That's fine. But, like, it still is a head-scratching writing decision all the same. I mean, if you're gonna have your main girl that the wiki makes no secrets be off-screen for a lot of the first season, then I definitely have some questions why her replacement is a character who gets put into a coma at the literal first episode of season 2. That's just, you can't make that shit up. Is way worse than the game for fan service, which, okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously, like, the still frames are nothing on fucking episode 4 of Minecraft. Fuck that shit. God, I will never watch episode 4 with fucking Silica with a straight face ever again, because it's so dumb. It's so bad. It is so bad. It is literally, like, it is the episode that demonstrates all of the writing gripes I have with SAO. And as much as I defend SAO, as much as I will say that I love this series in spite of my gripes, episode 4 of Minecraft is definitely a showcase of all the things I don't like in SAO. And I don't think I'm alone. I don't think a lot of people like this. Are there tentacles in this game? Okay. No, don't even get me started on that. Like, God, that's a whole other can of worms. And no, to my recollection, I don't think there was any tentacles in this game. I mean, obviously there's monsters who, like, have tentacles, but I don't think there was a still frame where they did it all fan servicey like. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'll check the wiki and see the images there, but I don't think there was anything like that here. Now, if there is, then, well, my comment didn't age very well. But we'll see. I think, you know what? Hold on. When I get a chance, I'll look and see after I beat this boss, after I get to the solitary sands, after I do all the, the arbitrary stuff to unlock the next area, I'll take a look. Because I don't think there was any tentacles in this game, and even if there was, it probably was so brief that I didn't even bother to remember it. Which, honestly, it's probably better that way, because I'm not into that shit as is. Like, fuck. People are actually into this? I mean, you do you if you're into it, but, I'm not. Again, I don't know what the fan base's obsession is with that sort of thing. Okay, to the Solitary Sands! Next major area open. And since I'm going to be doing all the mapping early, if we come across a certain place, oh boy, will I have a funny story to tell you. But that will probably be next stream. Again, I'm sorry, I said yesterday I would do part 2 yesterday, but I had this really bad headache at the end of the stream yesterday, and it stayed with me all the way until, like, yeah, it stayed with me all the way until, like, midnight. It was crazy. I was up at, like, 1 a.m. I texted some people on some Discord servers to try and pass the time because I couldn't sleep because the headache was that bad. Like, it was, like, right above, like, my right eyebrow. It might have been a migraine, but, like, I don't think it was because of dehydration or anything. I was perfectly hydrated. Maybe it was the cold weather. I hear sometimes that might give you headaches, but yeah, it was... That thing was a stinker. Do you dislike Doc Ock? No, I like Doc Ock. He's a good villain, but like that's the thing. The tentacles for Doc Ock aren't played for fan service. It's played to be like his power, his his gimmick, or his okay, it's not to be his power, but his technology. See, tentacles aren't like a bad thing inherently, but tentacle fan service just I don't get like why that is something people are into. And you know what? Hold on. Let's go away from this topic because it probably sounds really weird. It sounds... Wait, the one the cartoons did? Oh, fuck me. Fuck me, man. God. Okay, if one of the Spider-Man cartoons did that, then I got nothing. I got nothing on that one. And I hear people are down bad for Lois Lane because of a scene in a Superman cartoon or some shit. Again, can't confirm which it is, but, there is definitely a share of risque things in series that I would least expect it. As you can see, ammo is literally no problem for me because I scavenge more ammo from defeated enemies than ammo I'm expending on fighting them in the first place. It's kinda crazy. Reload! Reload! That's a reference to my, I was about to say ReZero, my Resident Evil 3 stream where I was doing the game, like on Nightmare mode with the infinite handgun. I was like, reload! Reload! And, Kadashiki, this one's for you. Felt that, didn't you? He knows the reference. He knows the reference. Right. I got it. Shoot all these guys here. Heartless Puppet. This is an overworld. Yeah, sometimes there's like overworld bosses. It's kind of funny. This game does something sort of like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom where there's overworld bosses. You've seen probably, Stone Talus, Hinox, Molduga. Obviously, there's like, in the deaths, there's about some more. Yeah, so like, yeah, this game has like overworld bosses, which by the way are refightable, and you're actually encouraged to refight them because you can retake the quests and get just that little bit more of credits you need. Getting money in this game is like no problem if you're willing to sell shit that you don't need. I was admittedly a little bit bad about that because I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'll need these materials to like, grind up my weapon or upgrade my weapons, but I realized you only need to upgrade your weapons like 4 times each a piece, and then, they're just gathering dust. And some materials are, like, meant to be sold anyways, like strange eyeballs, which don't, like, give you any benefits to, like, to, like, weapons or outfits. They're just strange eyeballs that can be sold for credits. The game even says so within the description, so I don't know why I was thinking so. It's fine. I had some of the fear of black holes anyways. Oh. Fear of black holes? Really? You'd only see those in space. Huh. I mean, I'd be afraid of them too. Nothing escapes them, not even light, or so science says. I don't know. I don't know any black hole survivors. You have more galaxy. Oh, okay, you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, seeing your favorite video game character plummet into the barrel of space and get sucked up, yeah, I'd be kind of scared of that too, especially as a kid. Okay, you see that over there, that little cave? Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys a very, very funny story about that little cave right there. And this applies to my main game, my first run with this game. But before I do that, first things first, this place has an awesome name. The Demon Cave. That sounds like really foreboding and ominous. And see, all these enemies are like level 50 or so. And, it's an understandable bump up. I actually, again, even though I'm on normal mode now, I still have to actually try to shoot enemies now. I'm not one-shotting them. And there's an overworld boss guy flying around. God, these guys will give you neck damage if you're fighting them. You have to constantly turn the camera up. This is why the aim assist is like so... Like, I know I could turn off the aim assist, but God, I'm keeping aim assist on, because if you don't, hip firing is not viable without aim assist on. And yeah, like you would have to manually go in, which slows down your movement doing it that way. And yeah, these guys are really easy to lose track of. So yeah, using aim assist for aerial enemies or just firing from the hip, like you will never fire from the hip using like a sniper rifle unless you have aim assist. And sniper rifles are already not even that good in this game, if I'm being honest. Like, yeah, the damage output is high, no shit, it's a sniper rifle, but they're really clunky to use, if I'm being honest. Okay, so as yeah, see, most of the enemies out here were like level 50 or so. That's not so bad. And you know what? Let's pick up that drop right there. Doesn't hurt to grab it. Thank you. Oh, yeah, so, yeah. I came across the Demon Cave in this game way earlier than was intended. Again, Demon Cave, that name is already foreboding. But then you get inside. Wow, sniper rifle sucks. Almost never happens. What? No, sniper rifles are usually not that good in shooter games. Because they're just... Okay, look, in multiplayer, sure. But in single player, the AIs will almost always see you and outshoot you before you can line up a good shot. So yeah, sniper rifles just aren't particularly good if you don't have the patience to use them. Yes, you get into the Demon Cave, It mean SAO games. No, I just mean in shooters in general. Now, to be fair, I haven't played a lot of shooters, but snipers are, like, really niche. But anyways, yeah, look, see, you get into the Demon Cave. It doesn't look so bad. It looks like any other dungeon. But then you get in here and see enemies are at level 96. Level 96. And I'm with a upgraded, overpowered SMG. And these guys take a decent bit of shooting before they go down. And that's because it turns out this is actually shooter games, SH games. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, like, it is crazy, bro. This place... Yeah, so the Demon Cave. In my first playthrough, I came across this place way earlier than was intended. It is crazy. And, like, I actually ventured in here quite a bit. Not when I first got here. I saw the level 96 enemies, and I noped myself out of there. But I did come back, and, like, I'm very curious. Are amazing in shooters... Well, maybe we've just played different shooters, because I haven't played that many. But in the few I've played, sniper rifles either ranged from situational to just not worth it. But anyways, back on the Demon Cave, though. Like I said, I got in there in my first playthrough. I saw the 96 level enemies, and I noped myself out of there. So when I came back, and I fought this place, and there's several bosses in the Demon Cave. The later dungeons, I'll explain later, which I played. The later dungeons in this game usually have rooms with multiple bosses, or in the case of some of the DLC dungeons, they have boss rushes, and those are devious. But in this game, it turns out the Demon Cave is actually one of the DLC locations that you can come across way earlier. Like, in that cave right there, I didn't know it was exclusively meant for the DLC, but you can actually enter it during the main game. So it did help out when I did the DLC. I could just fast travel to the later parts. But oh god, this place was like, it was a hard dungeon, bro. Probably the hardest one in my opinion. Like, it is tough. It got tough enemies. It's got, in my opinion, the hardest boss in the whole game. The story behind it is actually kind of interesting. And again, the fact that I came across this place earlier before the story was intended made me, when I actually did the DLC story and I got to see what was related to, I'm like, you know, this is kind of cool. And again, just the name, the Demon Cave. A simple name, sure, but god, it is a foreboding name at that. Alright, well anyways, I'm gonna head back home. I'm gonna save the game because it's getting a little tired. But I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. Again, I'll save the game, go back to the main menu, do a little closing monologue thingamabob, and yeah, first things first, actually. Oh, I don't have any money. Okay. Let's, I know this game has an autosave, but whatever, save. Okay. Alrighty, y'all. I'm Quint866. Have a good one. See y'all next time. Not sure when I'll get back to streaming this, but we'll see. Bye-bye!